This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Charlamagne versus Joe Budden. Joe Budden took offense to DJ Envy and Charlamagne going up to $1 million worth of game. And he took certain comments when they were talking about Gilly and Wallow make the most money in podcasting and like certain conversation around that. Joe Budden was taking it as, oh, you think they make the most money? If you're impressed by their money, then maybe you don't have much money. That was such a ridiculous comment by Joe Budden. No, Joe Budden, these reports are put out there to make things sound bigger for the next offer. Joe Budden put out there that he walked away. He put it out there subtly that he walked away from $20 million at Spotify. It was probably more like 8 to 10, and for a long time, like 5 to 10 years, right? Because their numbers are shown that everything's very transparent. You can see people's numbers on YouTube and other platforms, and you can be like, okay, this is what they're drawing, and this is what other people are drawing. Joe Budden's at the lower end of that spectrum. Okay, he's just recently getting up there a little bit more because he's changed his style. But Gilly and Wallow are spanking him with less content. Okay. They're doing really well. They're part of a network. They're part of Barstool Sports. Joe Budden was part of Spotify and Complex at one point when he had the show with Complex. So he had a huge boost. On Complex, you could just say millions of dollars were poured into him and Academics marketing. And Academics already had a very strong following on YouTube, which helped them out. It actually helped Complex when he went over there. Academics numbers across Twitch and YouTube, you can even include Instagram, spanking all of them, right? Vlad dominating the space. No Jumper with Adam dominating the space. Especially with Adam and Academics, they cater to the newer artists. They're more relatable with those artists. So Joe Budden saying all this stuff about Charlamagne, it's hate talk. I gotta say, because it's like he thinks that Charlamagne's a rung below him. That's what he said, and that like they're Magneto or something. He was just saying like, I don't want to destroy Magneto. He was saying like he's lower than him, like that. But Charlamagne makes money on radio, TV. He has a podcast network. He has book deals. Across the spectrum, Charlamagne's making tons of money, okay? DJ Envy's making tons of money with different stuff, right? They have a lot of things going on. So Gilly and Wallow, said they walked away from a certain deal, and then, Joe Budden's offended by that. And then, Joe Budden even picked on Camron, Trick Daddy, T.I., and a bunch of other people with Nori a month ago. They talk about, oh, these guys are failing, they're doing this and that, hating. Like, that's just like, it's funny because Joe Budden and Nori have one thing in common. They weren't that successful at rap after a while, okay? And they were forced into podcasting, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And they made it in that. And they feel safe again. They feel like they're at the top. So they can downplay anybody else coming in. It's becoming rap again. The rap game's like this. Before it was like, oh yeah, start a podcast, do this. Now it's like, F you, don't start a podcast. This is my place. It's mine. That's what they do. That's what these rappers do, man. It's a sick mentality. Rappers are sick. Sick people, bro. Not all of them, but some of them are sick in the mind. Mine. Stay away. That's the mentality they have. They'll hate on other people and stop deals from happening. They'll blackball people. Look what happened with Irv Gotti and 50 Cent. They tried to stop 50 Cent at every corner. Luckily, he got to Eminem and Dre, who didn't really know about the blackball thing, and it took off, and it was a problem for them. That's why he crushes them all the time. Joe Budden coming at Camron. Camron responded. We saw that. Camron called him a crackhead, all this other stuff. Their beef stems back from a while, right? And it's not a big beef. It's a small tit-for-tat thing. Then Joe Budden was like, I've already lapped you. Not understanding, Camron has been doing great deals, okay? He's had multiple successful albums, right? He invested his money. He on the low, he's in a big investment firm that owns REITs and stuff like that. Part of their REITs are fast food franchises and stuff like that. He's invested his money. So he's been making, while Joe Budden wasn't making a lot, Camron was still making money. So Joe Budden's playing catch up still. Now Cameron's about to get a huge deal with Barstool Sports because he didn't do a podcast. He did a sports show with Mace. And their show is actually very funny, okay? Joe Budden has a new crew with him, a new look. He invested some money into his studio, right? He screwed over his last podcast, so he's going to screw these ones over too. They're all going to get screwed. All of them. They're all going to get screwed. The only person making money up there is Joe. That's the thing. I saw some people in the comments. I don't know what thing it was. What video did they comment this on? They said I should be. They used to watch my videos here. I should be where Vlad is. Well, me and Q and another guy started World Star back in 2007, if you don't know about that, okay? And some stuff happened with the contracts, and then I kind of left the company in 2011 because the contracts were all messed up, okay? And you can't live with those regrets. Things that I made a few. I was doing too much, meaning I was shooting the videos, editing the video. I just had no time. I didn't allocate enough. I'm not like 50 Cent where I can just that guy is like a robot and he probably knows how to delegate better than me. And I made a few mistakes and I didn't break. Q and I should have probably parted ways with World Star earlier on because I didn't like the way that system was going, and I should have broken off and did my thing. But don't forget, I was a little early, okay? This was 2007 and 8, okay? And I should have broke off and did my own thing and started building a catalog of interviews and stuff like that, right? But, teach his own. Your life shakes out the way it does. I took the money I made and I did some other things with it. I'm not bad. It's just that, I should have more of a media conglomerate. You're right. I made a few missteps, I didn't delegate enough to have time to set up another thing. And then you couldn't really make money on YouTube until 2013 or 14. And before that, you had to get ads for websites. It was, and we were doing it, but it was a little tougher, paving the way. I did DVDs before that, that with Fendi and I, the Come Up, a bunch of stuff, but, it's been a grind, and I'm still grinding, but, you're right. I probably should be where Vlad is, but, Vlad's doing his thing. Vlad set up a different system that he figured out his system in 2007, 8, and just stuck with it, and it materialized beautifully for him. He was part of the Complex network. He made better moves. And there's nothing I can admit where I didn't make the right moves. And it's fine. It's not like I'm down and out. Like I have a good life. I just don't have the life Vlad has. Okay. where he's pulling in like 250, probably pulling in 250 grand a month, and that's a low end. That's a low end. Okay, academics is probably pulling in, probably 70 to 100,000 a month. These guys are doing way better than any podcasters you see out here because they have so many multiple streams of income. They have a great following. But yeah, I enjoy what I'm doing. So, it is what it is. I can criticize myself just as much as I can criticize other people. Trust me. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Love you guys, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.